It's your host, Lauris the Abbot, and this is another exciting episode of the Business Farm Podcast. Today we're going to be talking about 16 ways African entrepreneurs can get inspired. Let's get started. Today we're going to be talking about 16 ways African entrepreneurs can get inspired. That's right. For you to do well in business, you need to be inspired. You need to have aspirations. You need to have ambitions. You need to have the fuel that's going to get you there. And that is called inspiration. We're going to talk about 16 different ways to get you that fuel so you can achieve all your goals. Number one is stop complaining. If you don't like the way your life is going, you need to get up and do something about it. If you're sitting on the couch and you don't like the channel you're watching, you can complain about it all you want. But you can do one of two things. Either get up and change the channel or pick up the remote and change the channel. Nobody's going to come in and do that for you. So stop complaining, get up, do something about whatever it is you don't like. If there's something you want to see that you think the world should know about that you can deliver, then you need to get up and do that. So number one, stop complaining. Number two, use social media to uplift, encourage, teach, and share. So basically, if you got something to say, you're an expert in something, you are good at business or at marketing, at how to bake a cake, something, you don't have to be in the dark anymore. You have social media. Use Facebook, use Twitter, use Snapchat, use all these different social media platforms that are out there to uplift people, to encourage them, basically show them how to get there. Teach them, show them, position yourself as an expert. Show them that you're really good at what you do. And then share all this stuff. What good is all this information, all this knowledge, if you don't share it with other people and help uplift other people's lives? So use social media to uplift, encourage, teach, and share. Number three, less TV, more reading. That's right. Less TV, more reading. Now I'm going to give you a statistic. It's going to shock you. But it's also going to explain why rich people are where they are and why poor people are always at the bottom. Did you know 85% of rich people read 2 or more education, business-related, or self-improvement books per month, as compared to 15% of the poor? So let me break that down. Rich people read 2 or more books at a minimum every month that teach them about business, that educate them, that are about self-improvement so they can become better, as compared to poor people who don't read hardly anything at all, but they're always trying to get ahead and they never seem to be able to do that. Knowledge is power. The more you know, the more power you have over somebody else. And if somebody wants access to that power, you can charge them money. If you don't like where you are, pick up a book, read about marketing, read about how to communicate, read about PR, read about branding, read about anything that's going to help expand your mind. Once your mind is expanded, it cannot go back. Read, read, read. Turn off the TV and read. Number 4, join a mastermind group. Now, I have a friend of mine who's a billionaire. Yeah, billionaire. And you know what he said to me? He said, if you are the smartest person in your group, you need a new group. Think about that. If all the people you're hanging out with every day, the weekend, whatever, if you're the smartest person among that group, you need a new group because they're not challenging you. They are keeping you flat. You're not going to learn. You're not going to improve because you're the smartest person in the group. There's nobody in there to challenge you. You need to be in a group with other people who are smarter than you, so you can learn from them and they can learn from you. That is the only way you are going to improve. If you're saying to yourself, well, how do I find this kind of group? Look at people in your town, in your city, who are doing things. Find out where they hang out. Introduce yourself. Say, hey, I'm trying to get to this point. I've heard all about you. I've read about you. I've seen you. Can you advise me from time to time? Can I pick your brain? Or find other people who are like-minded, who want to achieve, who are looking to improve their lives, who have goals and ambitions, and hang out with those people. And you'll find out that you'll improve. Remember, birds of a feather flock together. You hang out with 4 broke people, guess who you're going to be? Number 5. You're going to be the 5th broke person. All right. Number 5. Remember, plans are written down. Ideas are talked about. You ever met people who come up to you? Yeah, I got this idea for this business, man. I got this idea. I want to do this business. I want to do this project. Okay, is it written down? No. People who are serious write their plans down. When a military or an army wants to invade, they make a what? A battle plan. Keyword, plan. They write it down and they can pass it around to all the other people who are going to be involved in executing that plan. If you go to the bank and you want a loan and you say, hey, I got a great idea for this business and we're going to make all this money and blah, 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 blah. What's the bank manager going to say? Where's your business plan? Well, send me your business plan so I can look over your forecasts, your projected revenue, your mission. Where's the plan? And if you don't have the plan, guess what? You're not getting the money. You're not getting a loan. So, remember, ideas are spoken. Plans are written down. If you're serious about doing something, write it down. If at first you don't succeed, this is number 6. If at first you don't succeed, try again. You do not do something once and give up. How many times do you think Picasso painted paintings before he achieved his masterpiece? He probably painted thousands of paintings before he came up with that masterpiece. In life, things are hard. You watch the movie and you see the entrepreneurs hanging out in the basement and they're talking about this dream, about this business they want to achieve. And, the music starts playing, they get on the computer and, stuff starts happening. And next thing you know, the movie's over and they're $1 million company. They're on magazines. And you think, wow, I wish that could happen to me. Well, it can happen to you. It's just not going to happen that quickly. You have to be persistent. You have to work hard. You have to be dedicated. And you have to have that I won't give up attitude. You cannot give up. When things get hard, always remember, think about a door and you have about 100 keys, 1,000 keys even. And they said on the other side of that door is $1 million. And you've been putting in keys and nothing, the door won't open. It might be that last key that opens the door. But are you willing to go the distance and try those 1,000 keys out and frustrate yourself to reach your goal? Remember that. It might be the last key that opens the door. We hope you're enjoying 16 Ways African Entrepreneurs Can Get Inspired, brought to you by African Know-How Magazine, the home of the African entrepreneur. We're going to take a quick break after some messages from our sponsors. We'll be right back. When you buy a shirt from Gongolby.com, you get the power to influence the future of a child's education in an African country. No other clothing brand will teach you more about African culture, history, places, and people while changing lives at the same time. Gongolby donates $6 from every item sold to an African education charity. They ship worldwide. You'll look cool wearing their shirts. Plus, they give you free cake. Okay, they do not give you free cake, but helping kids in Africa gives you the glee of a nice, tasty cake. Gongolby puts out new designs every week, and they're the only brand that fuses fashion with African education. So when you think cool, think Gongolby.com. Okay, we're back. Just to make sure everybody's still awake. What do you call a deer with no eyes? No idea. Moving along, we're back on to number 7. Don't listen to the naysayers. Now, the naysayers, those are those people who like to tell you, you can't do it. Hey, I got an idea to, start a clothing line. Nah, you can't do that. You're not good enough. You don't know how to sew. You can't design anything. They always ready to tell you no. Some of them are in your family. Oh, why don't you just go get a job here? You're trying to be a designer, trying to make clothes. What's wrong with you? Never listen to those people. If you believe you can do something and you have something great to offer, do it. Some of those people will be your friends, the people in your circle. People like to project the stuff they can't do or their failures in life on you by telling you that you can't do it. Don't listen to them. Get away from them if you can and hang around with positive people who are also trying to make their dreams come true. So remember, don't listen to the naysayers and the negative people. They'll bring you down, and you don't want that. Okay, number 8. Do what scares you the most. Accept a project that you fear so badly and do it. Now, some of you are thinking, well, I can't talk to strangers. I can't pick up the phone and call people that I don't know. Or I'm scared to do this. I'm scared to do that. Well, chances are the thing that scares you the most is what's going to get you what you want the most, which is clients, which is money, which is customers, which is the life you want. But if you don't overcome your fears and stand up in front of people and speak, or stop people who you don't know and say, excuse me, but I was wondering if you could buy my product, if you could take a look at this, or call people you don't know. Hi, my name is so-and-so, and I'm doing such and such business, and I noticed that you are interested in blah, 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 or you buy cars, or, and I have the best tire shine solution or the best car wax. If you don't call and overcome those fears, you will never achieve what you want in life. Remember, most of the things you want in life are in the hands of strangers, people you don't know. So you have to be willing, if you're scared of doing that, to overcome those fears. Number 9, don't be afraid of criticism. Everybody's uptight about criticism. People criticize you, criticize your idea, your business. You take it personally, which is understandable. Your business is almost like your child, especially if you're an entrepreneur, something that you created, something that you birthed, something that you brought from an idea or from being intangible into being tangible. So if somebody says something you don't like about it, you take it personally. You need to stop doing that. Take criticism as a wealth of information that's going to help make the business better. Because remember, the people who buying your services or your products, you want to know their opinions. You want to know what matters to them. You don't have to agree, but listen, because they're the ones buying your stuff. You're not buying your stuff. You're selling it. So if the people who you're selling to aren't buying, or they don't like something, you need to find out so you can make the changes so they can start buying. So the best way to do that is to listen to the criticism. If they have anything to say that's critical about your business, sit back, get a pen, a pad, a pencil, write it down. Listen and learn to like criticism. Criticism is an opportunity for you to fix what's wrong with your service or product and increase your sales and get that money. Number 10, speak less and listen more. Can you imagine if you went to the doctor and you're like, hey doctor, I'm sick. And doctor, before you could tell him what was wrong, doctor says, I know what's wrong with you. I got a solution right here. And he pulls out a bottle and he's like, yeah, take 3 of these. And you're thinking, but I haven't told you what's wrong with me. He's like, it doesn't matter. You just this stuff will cure anything. Now, are you gonna trust that doctor? Probably not. You should run for the hills if you meet a doctor like that. Now, a good doctor would have said, well, why don't you tell me some of your symptoms? Tell me what's ailing you. And then he listens while you speak. And as he's listening, he's formulating a plan based on what he's hearing as to how to solve your ailment or health issue. So, just like that in business, when you meet a customer or a client, you listen for the problem that they need a solution to. And after listening and analyzing, then you present a solution. So, speak less, listen more, and you'll get a lot better results, a lot happier clients who become loyal, long-term customers. Number 11, think a decade ahead rather than a day in advance. Now, what does that mean? Some of you might be thinking, what does that mean? Well, I'll tell you what it means. Rich people plan for 3 generations. Poor people plan for Saturday night or Friday night. See the difference? Rich people plan for 3 generations. They'll plan to keep their children's children wealthy by creating businesses that have systems. And by systems, meaning that the business makes money whether they're asleep or they're awake. Poor people, what are they planning for? Yeah, man, it's a long week. You know, it's Friday. I'm going to the club. I'm going to pop bottles at the club on Saturday night. I'm going to waste all this money I just made because I'm not investing anything. When you go pop bottles at the club, are you investing in anything? No. When you run in to go to the nightclub on Friday night, stand in line and with a whole bunch of sweaty people, you know, and you're spending money on drinks, spending money on gas, spending money on clothes to go look good, are you investing in anything? Is there anything being built? And what happens Sunday, Monday, when you're back at work on Monday? Your pocket is lighter because you spent all the money. Whilst the rich guy who owned the club or the guy who's selling the club the alcohol, they made money. So, plan for the future. Plan several steps ahead. Think of planning like a game of chess. You don't play one move. You play 3, 4, 5 moves ahead. And that's what rich people do. And that's how they stay rich. Number 12, KISS. Now, I'm not telling you to go out and kiss your customers. KISS is an acronym. Keep it simple, stupid. Meaning, don't overcomplicate things. You'll find that the most ingenious things, the best solutions, even if you talk to somebody who does martial arts, some of the best techniques are the most simple, basic ones. You see all this fancy stuff you see in the movies, you try it out in the street, you get killed. They'll tell you that. Simplicity, the simplest thing works. the most ingenious product you ever seen, I'm sure if you look into it, it's based on simplicity. So apply simplicity to your life. Apply simplicity to your business. Make it easy for customers to, if you have an e-commerce site, for them to, they don't have to click too many times, click here, click here, click here, and then they abandon the shopping cart and you don't get a sale. It needs to be easy. 1 click, 2 clicks, and they're in the shopping cart. They're ready to go. You make money. So remember, KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. And don't kiss anybody. We hope you're enjoying this podcast brought to you by AfricanKnowHow.com, the home of the African entrepreneur, where you can get all the tools, all the articles, and all the tips you need to start, run, or grow a successful business. Visit us on the web at AfricanKnowHow.com. Number 13, wow the customer. Do your customers go wow after you hand them your product, the finished product, whatever it is they paid you to work on? Do they look at you and they go, wow? If they do, give yourself a hand, give yourself a pat on the back. That's the best feeling in the world, when a customer is just blown away by the work you've done. And if you're not getting that wow, if you're getting well, then you're not doing your job correctly or to the best of your capacity. So you need to improve that. Work with the aim of getting the wow factor, meaning when you hand the project in as a completed effort, that the customer goes, wow, this is awesome. So remember, strive to get the wow factor. Number 14, the law of averages. One of my all-time favorite movies is a movie called Boiler Room. It's got Vin Diesel, it's got Giovanni Ribisi, it's got the sexy Nia Long. Anyway, it's one of the best sales movies. If you're looking for motivation, you can watch it. One of my favorite lines is from the movie is, the more people you contact, the better you'll do. Sales is a contact sport. Contact as in how many people you contact, as in reach, not physically contacting or punching them in the face or anything like that. Sales is a contact sport. So with the law of averages, sometimes people get discouraged. You call 8 people and they all said no. Will you buy my product? No. Leave me alone. You're harassing me. You knock on the door. 8 people's doors. Hey, I got a TV. No. Now, with the law of averages, typically, you're going to have to contact, for every one sale you're going to get, you're looking at probably contacting around 10 people. So within those 10, so if you look at every set of sales calls you have to make, if you look at them in groups of 10, one of those 10 people is going to be your sale. So when you're doing cold calling, that's calling people you don't know to pitch them about your product or service, always use the law of averages, saying that in every group of 10 names or 10 people, my sale is in there. Use that and you'll always stay motivated. Number 15, always remember the purpose of starting a business. Now, if I ask people right now, say, what is the purpose of starting a business? To make money, to make sales, to get rich, to make money. No. And they're going to say, it's not? Well, what's the purpose of them? It's not to make money. Well, the purpose is to create a customer. And they're probably going to go, huh? When you create a customer, you're creating repeat sales, repeat business. If you create a customer by treating them well, by using integrity, by being honest, by making them feel good about the purchase, you have created a customer who will spend again and again and again and again for as long as you keep treating them well. If you treat a customer badly and he or she spends once and doesn't come back, that's not good for business, because that customer could have been giving you money on a regular, consistent basis by buying and rebuying your product or service. So the purpose of a business is to create customers. The more customers you create, the more loyalty you will get, the more sales you'll get, and most importantly, the more repeat business you will get. So the purpose of a business is not to make a sale, but to create a customer. Making a sale is the result of creating a customer. Remember that. Don't think about money, think about creating a customer. This podcast is brought to you by Gongobee Clothing. You buy, we educate African kids. For more information, visit gongobee.com. For more information about advertising in our videos, email support@africanknowhow.com. Lastly, number 16, you get what you pay for. You ever go to a designer or somebody or a friend, a neighbor, like, hey, I heard you can design websites, because you're looking for something cheap. You don't want to spend real money on a quality professional designer because you're just being cheap. Well, you spend money on something cheap, you're going to look cheap. You print your business cards at home on your computer versus getting them printed at a professional print shop and having them professionally designed and branded. You're going to look like you printed them at home. Take the time, invest in your business. Remember, every time you spend on quality, a quality website, quality branding, quality PR, whatever it is you're spending the money on, you're investing in your business. You get what you pay for. When people see quality with your brand collateral, that's your website, your business card, all the stuff you're going to be presenting to customers, the customers are going to see, they associate that quality with the service. So if it looks cheap, they're going to think your service or product is cheap. So remember, spend the money, invest in your business. It'll pay you back down the line. Hope you enjoyed this podcast. See you guys again soon.